What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You may have noticed that Lexy has updated her guide. So this video is for those people who are in the middle of installing their guide who want a little bit of guidance in updating their progress so far. And this also gives me the opportunity to update my current installation of Lexy's guide as well. So let's get to it. This is going to be a pretty long video, but chances are you probably don't need to watch the whole video. So I would recommend that you just take what you need. In other words, just follow this video until you get to the point where you left off in the guide when Lexy decided to update it. And after you reach that point, just move on. And for anyone else who started installing Lexy's guide after the 21st of February of 2021, then this video doesn't serve you and you can skip it. First thing you want to do is come to her changelog. So when you're on her main page, go on guide here, go down to changelog, and it'll bring you here. And then you're going to expand the latest update here, the 21st of February. And basically, we're just going to go down the list. So it's going to be the prerequisites pages first. So what I'm doing here is going back to guide here, hovering over prerequisites, and I'm pressing the middle mouse button to open a new tab. So I could refer back and forth to what I need to do. Okay, so first up, a bunch of tools were updated. So it looks like Rybash, Mod Manager, Beth-I has some tweak suggested settings. Okay, so let's go and do that. So for now, we're going to go ahead and close Mod Organizer since we're going to update it. But first things first, Rybash. So let's find Rybash on the prerequisites page. That's right here. Let's come down to it, and we're just going to download the latest. So click on Files, and we're going with Standalone executable, right? Okay, let's open up that download folder. Okay, once that's downloaded, let's go ahead and open up Lexy's Legacy of the Dragonborn folder that we created. And just locate where you installed the Rybash. So now let's open up the zip file we just downloaded. Go into one more layer. And then for these contents, we're going to highlight them and drag them and copy them over into Rybash. And we're going to replace anything that needs to be replaced. So replace the files in this destination. Okay, Rybash is now updated. So we can delete this. Okay, let's keep this open since we're going to have to update Mod Organizer too. So let's go back here. And then also take note here, Windows 10 users, when using Rybash, a docs folder will be generated and appear in your override folder. This is not needed for Skyrim to run properly and can safely be deleted between sessions. Okay, and for Windows 7 users, a docs folder needs to be created in Skyrim Special Edition data directory. So to do that, open up your Steam folder. Go into Skyrim Special Edition, and here's data. And you will create a doc folder. Just right click, new folder, and call it docs. But I'm using Windows 10, so I don't need to do that. And also, if you're just updating Rybash, you should be good to go, and you probably didn't need to create that docs folder. Okay, next up, we are going to update Mod Organizer 2. So let's find Mod Organizer 2. Right here. Okay, and with here, all we have to do is just overwrite with the new version. Okay, to update Mod Organizer 2, it's pretty simple. So let's click on download here. And at the very bottom, download Mod Organizer, the first one here, the zip file. Save it. Once it's downloaded, open up your download folder. Open up that zip file. Locate Mod Organizer 2. And we're going to drag all of this over Mod Organizer 2, and we're going to overwrite anything that it asks to overwrite. Yep, replace the files in this destination. Okay, and that's it for Mod Organizer 2. Okay, let's see what's next. Beth-I tweak suggested settings. Okay, so let's go to Beth-I, or Bethany. And what we're going to do here is, since I'm not totally sure exactly what changes were made to the tweaks, we're just going to go through this all again. So go, and we're going to run this outside of Mod Organizer 2. So go into Lexy's Legacy Dragonborn folder, Beth-I, where we installed it, and then run Beth-I. Okay, let's go ahead and summary of changes made this session. We don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to close that. Okay. So now let's follow these instructions. All right, we already set up the I path. All we have to do is actually go through the actual tweaks now. So let's click on Default under Basic here in the Basics tab. So click Default to start. Then we're going to click the High preset. We're going to make sure the Beth I preset option is checked. That's right here. Make sure the recommended tweaks is checked. So we're going to check that box here. And now make sure windowed mode is checked. That would be right here. Now make sure borderless is checked. Okay, let's check that box. Make sure FXAA is unchecked. That'll be right here, and it is indeed unchecked. Make sure anti-aliasing is set to none. Set that to none. Make sure VSync is unchecked. Okay, VSync is unchecked. Make sure lock frame rate is unchecked. So let's uncheck that. Very good. All right, now we're going to the Generals tab. Make sure intro logos is unchecked. That is unchecked. Make sure post load update time is 2000. Post load update is indeed 2000. Now we're going to the Gameplay tab. Okay, make sure over encumbered reminder is set to 60. So it's at 30 right now, setting it to 60. Make sure FPC use ammo is checked. Okay, make sure first person arrow tilt up angle is 0.7. It is. Make sure third person arrow tilt up angle is 0.7. That would be right here. So we're going to change that to 0.7. Enter. And then make sure first person bolt tilt up is 0.7. It is. Now we're going to the interface tab right here. Make sure Bethesda modding platform is unchecked. So let's uncheck this here. And now we're going to go make sure mouse settings lock sensitivity right here is set to 0.0125. It is indeed. Now let's go to the details tab right here. All right, make sure field of view is set to 85. It's set to 80 right now. We're going to set it to 85. So manually punch that in, 85. Make sure particles is set to 2000. It is. Make sure depth of field is checked. And that is right here. It is indeed checked. We want lens flare to be unchecked. So uncheck that. Make sure reflect sky is checked. As soon as I find it, I will make sure it's checked. There it is. Reflect sky is checked. Okay, make sure ambient occlusion is unchecked. That's right here. Uncheck that. Make sure shadow resolution is 2048. It is. Make sure shadow bias is 0.47. It's at 0.15 right now, so 0.47. Okay. Make sure sun shadow transition is unchecked. And that would be right here. And it is unchecked. Okay, now we're going to go to view distance. Make sure grass fade is set to 18,000. So grass fade is currently set to 1,000. So let's set that to 18,000. Okay. Okay, now we're going to the visuals tab right here. Make sure grass density is 60. It's 40. We're going to set it to 60. Make sure grass diversity is 15. That's right here. Then make sure improve shader is unchecked. That's right here. It is unchecked. Okay, now we're going to go to the basics tab again. Now we're going to click save and exit. All right, very good. Okay, we can close that. Now post Bethany tweaks. While Bethany does handle the vast majority of the tweaks needed to the INI files, if you need to be changed manually, this is done via MO2's INI editor. So let's open up Mod Organizer 2. Okay, so that would be here. Click on the wrench spanner and go to INI editor. First thing we're going to change is the Skyrim INI. That's here. So let's go to save game. That's right here. It's towards the bottom. And if you're having trouble finding it, select anywhere in the window, press Alt F, and you could type in save game and find next. And it'll bring you here. So we're going to add these here. Yeah. So just copy, highlight these, copy it. And then under autosave count 3, we're going to paste it. So, excuse me, Alt V. So disable autosave 1, allow scripted for save 0, and now scripted autosave 0. Okay, now we're going to go into Skyrim Prefs INI. That's right here. So the first thing we're going to look for is display. So scroll down till you see display. Here's display. Now we're looking for BSAO enable. So this should be in alphabetical order. So BSAO enable is set to 0 already. Now we're going to go down to main. Here's main. We're going to set bsave on pause to 0. Bsave on pause is 0. Bsave on rest needs to be 0. So change that to 0. And then bsave on travel needs to be set to 0. And then finally bsave on wait, we're going to set that to 0. Okay, and save that. And yes, you do want to save changes. Okay, so let's see what's next. So Beth and I tweaked suggested settings. We also did a post Bethany tweaks. Now Dindala dynamic distance objects LODs, that was updated. So let's find that. Here it is. Okay, this is a utility used to create a mod based on a load order which adds custom distant LODs. So we're going to download the archive. Looking for Dindalot here. I'm going to save it. Okay, and what we're going to do here is open up our download folder. Open up Lexy's Legacy of the Dragonborn here. And here's located Dindalot where you last installed it, right there. Open up the zip file. Go one deeper. And then drag all of this into that folder. And then overwrite when asked. And overwrite, replace, yes. Okay, we're done with that. Let's see if there's anything additional. Extract the contents to a new folder called this, yes. Once the above is done, open Mod Organizer 2 and add these as executables. These should still be here. We don't need to do that, that's already here. Okay, so we're done with Dindalod. ENB series binary is updated without a version change, so we need to update the ENB binary. So go to ENB series here, click on ENB series, take you here, and click on download. Click on 0.452, scroll down, click on download, and save. Close that tab. So open up the download folder. Okay, we can close this folder for now. Open up your Steam shortcut, locate Skyrim Special Edition. Open up the ENB zip that we just downloaded, go into the wrapper version, and then click on d3d11.dll and control click on d3d compiler _46edll and drag that over to Skyrim Special Edition and overwrite when asked. So replace the files in the destination, yes. Okay, now that's done. We can delete that. Okay. And what's next? ENB preset LJOS NB updated to version 9.50, so that would be right here. So we're going to go ahead and download that. And there's 9.50, so I'll go ahead and download it through Mod Manager. Download. Okay, here it is. And when we install it, it's going to overwrite or the last time we installed it. So here's the full mod. Let's go look at what the full mod instructions are over here. Okay, so we want Lexy's cut, next, next. We want full, next, next, and that's it. Then install it and just click replace. Okay. Okay, and the special instructions here: install LJOS into MO2 using the full mod, then copy paste all installed files to the Skyrim to the main Skyrim directory. So in preparation for that, let's open up our Steam. Okay, right click on LJOS where we installed it, open an Explorer. Then, yeah, go into Skyrim folder and just get that ready. But before we do that, before we actually copy and paste it, what I want to do is delete the old versions. Leave the ENB cache, you can leave that. But click on ENB series folder, then ENB, where is it? And then ENB local.ini, control click it, and ENB series.ini, control click that. So those three things are highlighted, and then delete them. And then drag this into the folder. There you go. That ENB is now updated. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, we're done with the prerequisites. We're going to go into mod installation page 1. So let's go ahead and go to page 1 here, or part 1 rather. So guide, mod installation part 1. Okay, first up, there were some mods added. So we're looking for essential SKSE plugins, simple offense suppression. So that's under essential SKSE plugins. So simple offense suppression is the new mod. Okay, here's essential SKSE. Then look for simple offense suppression right here. So let's go ahead and download this. And there's a VR version and a regular version. Of course, we want the regular version. Let's download that. Okay, let's install it. It looks like there's a tweak that we need to do. So right click on simple offense suppression, open an Explorer. So go into SKSE, go into plugins, go on PO3 I and I, we're going into that I and I right there. So we're looking for only combat. Only combat. We want to turn this to true. And then exit and save. Save it, yes. And now we have to, well, let's go ahead and activate it. Now we have to position it before stagger direction fix and private profile cacher. So let's locate private profile redirector rather. So that was in the Central SKC plugins right here. Private profile redirector. So we want to place simple offense suppression in position 26 of priority. So to do that very easily, right click here. And then we're going to go to send to priority, and then type in 26. Okay, and it should automatically put it there for us. And it did. Okay, so we install that new mod. Okay, next new mod is under Modified and Expanded Quest, Radiant Requirements. So what I'm going to do here in this page, I'm just going to type Control F, type in Radiant Requirements. There it is right there. So let's go and download that. Which version do we want? It's just a main file right here. Let's go and download that. Then install it. Do we want to extract that BSA? We do not. No. Okay, gonna go and activate it. And we want it before Stackable Stones of Baranzaya. So where was that? What I'm doing is I'm clicking on mod here to put it in alphabetical order so I could find stackable stones real easy. Stackable Stones of Baranzaya is in position 134. So we want Radiant requirements to be in 133, position 133. So right click here, send to priority 133, just like that. Okay, what's up? What's next? Okay, Legacy of the Dragonborn, Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum Dome Sunlight Shadows. Okay, and also Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum Dome Improved. So that's under the Legacy of the Dragonborn section. Okay, so scroll up and you'll see Legacy of Dragonborn here. Let's see if we can find those domes. Okay, here's the Museum Dome Sunlight Shadows and Dome Improved. So we need to install both of these. Okay, now let's install them. Okay, we're placing these before Dragonborn Clean, Legacy of Dragonborn Cleaned textures. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking on my name so I can find it. Legacy of Dragonborn Clean textures is right here, 146. So we want Museum Dome to be 144 and Dome Redone to be 145. So I'm clicking here, right clicking, send to, priority 144, and Museum Dome Improved, right click and sending it to priority 145. Okay, I forgot to activate them, so I'm gonna activate them now. Okay, actually that's not where we want it. Drag it into position. It's actually 146 and 147. We want we want Museum Dome Sunlight to be directly after Legacy of the Dragonborn, and we want Museum Dome to be directly after Museum Dome Sunlight. So it's actually position 146 and 147. Okay, next up. So we're removing a mod here. Wood Elf Male Hair Fix. Other bug fixes. Okay, here's other bug fixes. And Wood Elf Male Hair Fix is right here. That's in position 63. So let's go ahead and uncheck it. Right click and remove. Okay, that is removed. And then we're going to update some more mods here. So we're updating spell perk item distribution. So let's locate that here. Make sure there isn't like some special instructions that we need to pay attention to. So let's find spell perk item distribution right here. That's going to bring us down to here, and there's no special instructions, so we're just going to download it and replace our current installation of it. So don't download the VR version, download the regular version. Okay, let's install it. Click OK, and then replace. Okay, that's done. Next up, heads-up display. Undiscovered means unknown. So I'm just gonna Control F here. Undiscovered means unknown. So let's go and download that. Download the main file. Let me make sure. Yeah, the main file. Now let's install it. Let's look at the full mod. Okay, I'm gonna expand this a little bit. Okay, so we want to choose only the compass and yes for these two options. Next, yes for Sky UI, and no, I do not have any of these installed. Next, which color map marker mod have you installed? Okay, this part isn't lining up. It's actually looks like it skipped a UI replacer consideration. So we're under here, color map markers default. Leave it on default. Next. Now final options. Do you wish for enemies to be visible? Yes, we do. The next, final steps, UMU variants. We want an empty rhombus. So that's the middle option here. Click next, and then install, and just click replace. All right, that's updated. Next up, world encounters, Worm's Tooth, where we are replacing Worm's Tooth here. So let's type Worm's Tooth down here and find it. Okay, not the better roads. There it is, Worm's Tooth. So let's download this file. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna replace the current installation of it. Okay, and replace. And we are not extracting that BSA, no. All right. Next up, modified and expanded quest missives, world space additions, Worm's Tooth patch. So I'm actually going to type in Worm's Tooth and then patch. Okay, that didn't work. Let's type in missives, and then it'd be right here. Missives, world space additions, missives, Worm's Tooth. So let's download this. So look for Worm's Tooth, it's right here. Download that. Okay, let's install it. So make sure it's named properly, Mrs. Worm's Tooth. The version name might be different here. Okay, just to be safe, I'm actually going to locate where this is. So I'm typing in missives here. Here it is right here, 203. Whoops. What I'm doing is I'm right-clicking on it, renaming mod, and I'm copying this copy. And I just want to make sure it's named exactly the same, and I'm just going to paste it here. Paste. Okay, and then click replace. All right. Let's delete install downloads. All right, that's cleaned up. Great. Okay, that concludes mod installation part, page 1. Now let's go to page 2. Okay, for here, we're adding Clutter Miscellaneous Iconic Remastered Paragon Gems Retextured. I'm going to type in Paragon. There it is. So let's go and download this. And there's a faux mod. Let's go ahead and install this. So we want the 4K option. Next. Next. We're going to stick with gold and then install. Okay. And that's going to be, I think Rally Smithy's new. Yeah, it is. So let's go ahead and just download Rally Smithy as well. And which one do we want? We want the 4K 2K. Let's go ahead and install that. Okay, let's just position these where we need to position them. So let's go ahead and activate them, and we're gonna place these. We're gonna place both of these under Forgotten Retext project. So let's find Forgotten Retext. There it is, and that's in priority position 232. So 233 and 234. So Paragon is going to be 233. Send to priority 233. And Rally Smithy to 234. Send to priority 234. And I'm going to double check that. Yep, there, where we need them to be, just at the Forgotten Retexture project. Okay, so next mod we're adding is Immersive Hd Banners. Let's find that. HD Banners, there it is. And that's going to be placed directly underneath the rustic Azure star. So let's go and download this. And we have special instructions here. We're not going to install the ESP that comes with it. So double click on manual, uncheck the ESP, then install it. And let's find Rustic Azure Star. So I'm typing in Azura. Okay, Rustic Azure Star is in priority position 266. So that means we're going to place Immersive HUDs into 267. Immersive HD Banners, rather. So right click, send to 267. Okay. I think I forgot to activate it, so let me go and find it. There it is, 267. Yeah, I did activate it. Make sure you activate it, guys. Alright. And then we're removing Inuit banners. Decided to swap to Immersive HD, so that's right here. So uncheck it, right click, remove mod. Alright, moving right along. And then there's several things that's updated. Dynamic volumetric lighting and sun shadows. I believe that's the very first mod on this page, right? Yeah, here it is. Alright, so let's download both of these. So download the main file here. And we're also downloading the Skyrim underside. Yep. Alright, so let's install this first. And we're going to install it as is and click replace. And this is an optional file, divloss Skyrim underside, so we're going to install it as a separate mod. So drop down, Skyrim underside, okay. And then replace. Yep, that's right here, boom, boom. In fact, let me go ahead and endorse these mods. Yep. Alright, next up. Trees and Flora, Enhanced Landscapes, Oak Standalone. Okay, let us find that. Yeah, Trees and Flora. So let's find Trees and Flora section. Here it is. Enhanced Landscapes. Oak Standalone. Yeah, right here. So let's go and download it. It's an optional file. Okay, let me make sure I'm getting the right version. Oak's Autumn Colors. Okay, right here. Oak's Autumn Colors. Then let's install it. Click OK and replace. Very good. Alright, next up will be Vedrosdom Regions. That's the grass mod. Scroll down till you find it. There it is right there. There's a main file and an optional file. Okay, so let's download those. So start with the main file. And then I believe it was the Fall Forest regional vegetation, right? Fall Forest, yep. So download that as well. Okay, let's start with the main mod. And follow the full mod. So mod organizer 2, choose that, click next, next. And then we're going fresh install for options, next, next. Sticking with high quality, next. Going with dense landscape, next. And choose your INI, we're sticking with default. Next, next, and then install and click replace. Actually, I didn't double check the name. Let me look at the name. Yeah, that's the name we want. So click OK, replace. We are not extracting that BSA, no. Okay, now let's install the optional file. Double click that. Okay, we're sticking with high quality. Next. Next. Vegetation options, none. Next. Next. Saratoga and Chino. And I believe that's it. Okay, this is an optional file, so we're going to install it as a separate mod. So let's make sure we're matching up the file that we're replacing. Fall Forest Regional Vegetation Pack. So drop down. Fall Forest Regional Vegetation Pack. Install and replace. Okay, let's delete that. Install to clean that up. All right, what's next? Okay, landscape fixes for grass mods updated to version 4.8. Okay, so that should just be right here. There it is. Yep, and we're just downloading the main file here. Right here. Because that's the only part that was updated. Landscape fixes for grass mods updated to 4.8. Yep. Let me make sure there's no any additional patches or anything in there. Okay. All right, so let's install it. Make sure the name matches. We're looking for landscape fixes for grass mods. So drop down, landscape fixes for grass mods. Then click OK and replace. Okay, that's updated. Next up, animals, companions and mounts, Bruma and other patches for convenient horses. We need to manually edit and X-edit cleaning instruction. Okay, let's find what those instructions were. So here's right here, Bruma and other patches for convenient horses. All right, here's the manual SSE edit that we need to do. There's an unsolved error. Solution, okay. Okay, so we're gonna load up this ESP here. CHGFC_FAL_WYR. In order for us to make this change, we're actually gonna have to find Bruma and other patches. So go into filter, type in Bruma and other patches, because we merged that ESP, so we actually have to activate it. So double click on it, go on optional ESPs, click on that ESP and click the plus sign, then close. And you'll see that it's here, activated here. Okay, so now let's open up SSE edit, which means that we're probably gonna have to rebuild some merges at the end, but that's gonna be easy. So right click, select none, select that plugin and OK. Okay, once that's loaded, expand this, CH faction list. There it is right there. Okay, so once you expand it, go into form ID list, and we're looking for 22E41, 22E41, that's right here. And find LNAM form ID error could not be resolved. All right, so let's see if you can find this now. Okay, so we're gonna actually have to go through here until we find it. Okay, it's right here. Form ID number 1382. Yep, like it says here, 1382. Right click on that. Well, not on that. Right click on this over here. Click remove. Yes. Okay, that's it. Then exit out. Make sure that box is checked and okay. All right, that's fixed. Oh, I don't need this open anymore. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, new creatures encounters, deadly dragons, deadly dragon patches is updated. Okay, I'm gonna type in deadly dragons down here. There it is. So we're gonna go download the patches. Go to files and deadly dragons patches. Mod download, okay, great. Let me double check this. Yep. Okay, we're just gonna reinstall the patches here. And I actually want to make sure that I want to know what this is named. Since it's an optional file, we installed it as a different mod, or as a separate mod. And I just want to make sure. Yeah, so it's gonna be called Deadly Dragons Patches. And it is. So we're good there. Okay. And we just want Diverse Dragons Collection Splendor Dragons, and we want Worm's Tooth. Okay. And then let's install it. And we're going to replace the old one. Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, and that's it for page number 2, mod installation page 2. We are now moving on to mod installation page 3. And obviously, you're going to follow this video as far as you got into the guide. So if you only got to page 2, you're good to go to just continue on with the video series. Otherwise, just keep following along this video until you're caught up. Okay, so nothing was added, but several things are removed. But not just removed, they've been swapped. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically, I'm just going to reinstall all of these right here. Anything with salt and wind retexture, just to be safe, because I'm kind of confused here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we want the main file. Let's download that, and I'm going to install these as I download them. These are big files. Okay, so let's right click on Chaos Hairdos 1.7 Salt and Wind. Click rename mod because we want to make sure it's named exactly the same. So let's copy the name, then reinstall it. Let's paste it here. Okay, replace. Okay, next up we want Bijin family. So let's find Bijin. It's going to be right here under miscellaneous. Mod manager download. Okay, find Bijin family here real quick because this is in a different load order now. So let's drag up first of all our old installation of Bijin family Salt and Wind. Let's bring it up just beneath Chaos Hairdo 1.7 Salt and Wind. And then right click on it. Whoops, not open it. Rename, because we want to copy that name. Then reinstall Bijin family Salt and Wind. Let's paste the name here so we know it's exactly the same. Okay, let's look at the full mod. Bijin NPCs, War Maidens, Wives. That's it for the first page. Then install and replace. Okay, next up, it's gonna be Legacy of the Dragonborn NPC Overhaul. Okay, that looks to be new. Yeah, added. So that's new. So let's look for Legacy of the Dragonborn. Right here. Legacy of the Dragonborn NPC Overhaul. Also under miscellaneous. Download that. Make sure it's named properly. Drop down. Legacy of the Dragonborn NPC Overhaul. Salt and Wind. Okay. And where did we want that? Okay, Bijin family is 498. We want it directly after for Bijin, so we're going to set it up position 499. So let's activate it. Right click, send to priority 499. Enter. Then let's go back to that. Go back up to where it is right here. Okay, next up, Metal Saber's Beautiful Orcs. Is that something now that we had already installed? That looks new too. Yep, that's been added. So let's find Metal Saber's Beautiful Orcs. That's right here. Let's go and download that. Okay. Let's install it. Make sure it's named properly. Metal Sabers. Okay. And that's going to be in position 500. So right click. Well, first activate it. Then right click. Send to priority 500. Then go up to 500 to make sure it's there. Directly after Legacy of the Dragonborn, and it is. Okay, next up, Panable's Lethal Ladies. Is that new? That does look like it's new. Yeah, Lethal Ladies, that's new. Alright. Here it is, Panable's Lethal Ladies. So let's go ahead and install that. And take note, we want it after Metal Sabers, so it's going to be 501 the position that we're going to put it in. So let's name it properly, Panable's. Activate, right click here, send to priority 501. Yeah. Okay, next. Whew. Panable's NPCs. And we did install, that is an old one. So let's drag that up and put it behind Panable's Lethal Ladies. Right click and then rename it. Let's copy that. Now let's download it. Panable NPCs, that's right here. Download it. Now let's install it. Let's paste the name to make sure it's exactly the same. Okay, replace. All right, next up. Panables, NPCs, Dragonborn. That's right here. So drag it up, put it underneath NPCs, Panables, NPCs. Right click, rename, copy, and then let's re-download that. Panables, NPCs, Dragonborn, right here. Let's download that, let's install it. Paste the name, make sure it's the same. Hit OK and replace. Let's delete install downloads to clean this up. All right, next up is Dawnguard. So drag Dawnguard to be just beneath Dragonborn. Let's rename it to copy the name. Copy. All right, let's download it. That's right here. All right, paste the name to make it the same. Okay, replace. The next up would be RS Children. That's right here. Drag it just beneath Dawnguard. Yep. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Right click, rename, copy. So let's go back here and find RS Children. That would be right here. Download it. Paste the name. Okay. Replace. And then the Ordinary Women. Okay, that's already in the right position that we want it to be. So Ordinary Women's right there. Let's download that. Let's copy that name and then install Ordinary Women. Paste the name. Okay, then replace. Okay, Callie's NPCs, Kalilis. Okay, that's where it needs to be. Panable males needs to be under Ordinary Women. Let's look at that changelog again. What was removed? So the Ordinary Women, we replaced that. Panable NPCs, we replaced. Dawnguard, we replaced. Dragonborn, we replaced. Then Kuyima's interesting NPCs. Let's see what that's about. Okay, that was not here. Didn't say anything about Panable's males or Kalili's NPCs. Yeah, so those are safe. Let's find where Kuyima is. So I'm going to copy Kuyima. Paste it in here, see where that is. So there's Kuyima. Here it is right here. Okay. I'm also going to type it here so we find it where it is in Mod Organizer 2. So I'm highlighting it. It's 576. Clean up the broom. It's right here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to copy the name there. Kuyima. You slow double click it. So choose it once and then slow click it twice. Then you go right to the rename. So I copied that name. So now I'm going to re-download it and install it just to be safe. Oh, I was already there. Kuyima, where are you? Right here. Kuyima, interesting NPCs. Okay, let's install that. Paste the name to make it the same. Okay, then replace rather. And what was the other one here? Okay, so we're removing vanilla item retexture tweaks. Aeneid shields she decided she didn't like it. So I'm gonna type in Aeneid here. That's right there, we're gonna remove it. Okay, so I unchecked it and then remove mod. Okay. Let's look at the updates. Diversity character overhaul, added instructions to remove some wild edits. Same thing for Metal Sabers, Kalili's NPCs was updated, Panable's NPCs were updated. Bajin all-in-one. There's instructions added. Okay, so these are mods that we actually merged. So we're gonna have to reform this merge after we do this. So let's take care of all the NPC stuff first. So all the retexture stuff. I'll go and delete this. And the consistency patch was updated, so I'm gonna type in NPC Retexture here. So we could find the separator. So I'm gonna highlight the separator so I could find it easier. So it's 455 priority. And it's right here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in order to do this properly, I'm actually gonna click on the wrenches banner here, click on Merge Plugins Hide, and don't worry about animals merged. I have a feeling we're gonna have to remake that merge. Okay, Npc Retexture Merge. Let's right click on that and enable those plugins. Okay. So they're all here. What are we doing here? So first of all, diversity, character overhaul, added instructions to remove some wild edits. So let's find that. So I'm going to type in diversity here. Okay, where are you? There it is. Diversity, character overhaul. It's all the way at the top of the page, guys. Okay, here's the special instructions. Launch Cathedral Asset Optimizer. Wait a minute. No, we already did that. We just need to worry about the X edits. So this right here. Problem, mod contains some wild edits. Solution, load the plugin and remove these things here. Okay. So let's go to SSE edit, run. Right click here, select none. Go down, look for diversity. Or you can just type in diversity here. Diverse. Okay, so we want to choose diversity or character overhaul. So select that plugin and click OK. We don't want any mod groups, so click OK here. Let's expand this box, and what we're doing is we're removing book, dialogue, topic, quest, and world space. So here's book, right click on book, remove, yes, yes. Dialogue topic, right click on dialogue topic, right click, remove, yes. And then quest, right click on quest, remove, yes. And world space, so right click on world space, click remove, and then yes. Okay. So that's done. So we can exit out of there, make sure that's checked, and then click OK. All right, what was the next one? Metal Sabers, Beautiful Orcs, add instructions to remove some wild edits. So let's find Metal Sabers. Here it is. Okay, so we need to load up Metal Sabers. So click on, open up SSE edit. Then right click, select none, and to filter type in metal. For Metal Sabers, choose that plugin and OK. All right, when it's opened up, expand that, and we are going to delete race. So right click on race and remove. Yes. Okay, close that out, make sure that's checked, click OK. Next up, Kalili's NPC was updated. Okay. Let's find that. There it is, Kalili's NPCs. All right, so let's re-download it. And we just want the main one here. We want to make sure it's named exactly the same here, Kalili's. I don't know why I have that. I don't know why I still have that open. Okay. And there's some full mods here. So let's install it. The name is the same, so that's good. So we want UNP. Don't choose an optional, click next. For Gorman, we're not choosing anything here. And then install and then click replace. And unfortunately, guys, we got to remove these again. The textures and the nifs. So right click on Kalili's NPCs, open and explore. So we're going into meshes, actors, character, face gen, face geom, Skyrim ESM. Okay. So copy. And then go up here into search, paste, enter, and delete. And then just go down the line. Copy, paste, enter, delete. Control C, Control V, enter, and delete. Before you press delete, make sure you're clicking on the file first, or else you'll accidentally delete the meshes folder. And if you accidentally delete the meshes folder, go into your recycle bin and just restore it. You'll be fine. Copy, paste, enter. Okay. And then the last one is in Hearthfire. So Click the back button twice. Then go into Hearthfires. That's right there. And we're going to delete 19631. That's the second one. Delete. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing except the textures now. So I'm clicking on meshes and killing these NPCs to get to the root file. Go into textures, actors, character, face gen, face tint, and then Skyrim. All right, here we go. Copy, paste, enter, delete. And then we're going to go into the Hearthfires. So click back twice. Hearthfires, boom. Okay, and we're getting rid of 196321. Or 19631 rather. That one. Okay, that's it. Ugh. That's got to be my least favorite part about installing NPCs. Alright, what was the next one? Pandables NPCs, updated special installation instructions. Let's see what's going on here. Pandables. Was it NPCs males? Nope, just NPCs. Alright. Oh, it's right there. Pandables NPCs. Okay. What was the special what was changed? Let's see. It just says updated special installation instructions. What was updated? Something tells me that some NPCs were kind of shuffled around and maybe something isn't supposed to be deleted now. I hate to do this, guys, but we're going to have to reinstall it and re-delete these nifs and meshes just to be safe, because we don't want that. We don't want any dark face bugs, right? Yeah. All right, let's install it. Okay, opening up that full mod. Now let's install it. So next, we do want USEF. Next, yes. So basically yes across the board here. Then, yeah, make sure it's named correctly. Pandables NPCs okay. Then replace. Yeah, now let's delete those meshes and textures. Alright, let's go meshes, actors, character, face gen, face geom, Skyrim. Okay. And let's do that boogie. Copy. Paste, enter. Alright, now let's do the textures. I'm just going to exit out and then go back in, open and explore. Alright, so textures, actors, character, face gen, face tint, Skyrim. Alright, let's do it. Copy, paste, enter, delete. Okay, that's it for that. Okay. Okay, Hijinx all in one. Added instructions to remove wild edit. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's see, Hijinx, where are you? Wives, NPCs, all in one. Okay. So we're deleting the dialogue, topic entry, and Hijinx all in one. Okay, that's easy enough. So open up SSE edit. Right click, select none, type in Hijinx up here. There it is, Hijinx all in one. Activate it, and okay. Alright, no mod groups please. Alright, let's expand it, and let's get rid of dialogue topic. So right click on that and remove. Yes, that's it. Exit out, make sure that's checked, and okay. Alright, next up, Npc Retexture Merge consistency patch was updated. That's right here. Alright, oh, let's go here though. I'm going to type that in here, make it easier to find. Npc make sure you spell correctly. Npc Retexture. There it is. Retextures Merge consistency patch. So let's download that. And that's right here. Okay. And to make sure it's named exactly the same, let's rename this here. Copy that. So Npc Retexture Merge consistency patch. Double click here. See the name. Paste. Okay. And replace. Okay. All right. So what's next? We took care of all of this. All right. Serrano dialog edit update. Let's find that now. Serrano. Okay. Serrano dialog add-on. All right. So what was updated here? So the main version of that and the relationship dialog overhaul patch and Serrano dialog edit patch. Okay. So let's download the main file. And what else was that? Relationship dialog overhaul patch. Right here. So download that as well. And finally, in the Serrano dialog edit patch. Okay. And that's right here, Serrano dialog edit patch. Download all three. Yeah, and I want to make sure that everything is named correctly. So let's find Serrano in Mod Organizer 2. So Serrano dialog add-ons right there. 555. All right. So let's go to 555 real quick. Okay, so let's install the main mod first. So let's make sure we got that name copied because we want to replace the main mod here. Okay. So paste. Okay, replace. Okay. Next up is relationship dialog overall patch. So let's copy the name of that. And then reinstall it. Make sure it's named correctly. Paste. Okay. Replace. Now Serrano dialog edit patch. So copy that name. And let's install it. Paste the name so it's the same. Okay. Replace. All right. So what's next? Okay, that's it for that. Animation skeleton. Savage Skyrim is updated. All right. So let's find Savage Skyrim. Okay, it's right here. Let's just click it here. Oh, there you are. Okay, let's download it. Okay, so there's special instructions here. All right, let's first install it. Actually, we'll do it this way. Click on manual. We don't want to install the plugin, so uncheck that. So we don't want the textures folder. So let's go into meshes, go into actors, and we don't want flame atronach. So uncheck flame atronach. Click OK and replace. Okay, that's updated. Basic needs of survival. I1 RD for Kako updated to version 2.21. So let's type in I want RD. Click on there. Okay. So for Kako, that's right here. All right, let's download it. All right, so there's a full mod. Let us expand this for easier viewing. Okay, so for the first one, nothing. Choose nothing for the first option. Choose all three for the second. Earth, fire, wells, yes. Dynamic food, yes. And sky test, yes. Next. Next. Sacrosanct, make sure that's checked, and that's it for that. This, then okay. Then click replace. We are not extracting that BSA, no. Okay, and then finally, I went to R&D widgets, updated to 2.16. And so that is right here. That's weird in my mod organizer too, it's in a different order. So while I'm here, I might as well put them in the right order. So Kako before widgets. All right, let's install widgets. All All right. I want widgets. Okay, replace. And no, we don't want to extract those BSAs. Delete install downloads. Yes. Okay. Whew. All right, that's it for page 3. Now we're moving on to page 4. So nothing was added, nothing was removed, but there's several things were updated. Gameplay, realistic AI detection, better sneaking, swap to medium interior, medium exterior. Okay, let us do that. So let's go to page 4, or part 4. And the mod we're looking for is realistic AI detection. I'm just going to type in AI detection. There it is. Go to files, and we want the medium. Medium interior, medium exterior. Download that. It's the second main file. Alright, so basically, just replace it. Okay, and replace. I wonder if the plugin was named something different. Yeah, it was. Here it is at the bottom now. Okay, no big deal. Okay, gameplay class overhaul reimagined was updated. I type in class overhaul. There it is. It's already right there. All right, let's re-download it and reinstall it. Okay, click OK, then replace. All right, that's updated. It looks like page 4 is going to be easy. Thank God. All right, next thing, immersion yacht. Your own thoughts. First person message was updated to version 3.9. Let's see. Something tells me that we're gonna have to build those merges, regenerate NPC. Yeah. Well, it didn't say that we have to rebuild yacht. Interesting. There are a lot of I guess the main thing that's being updated is probably the main file of this. I guess with the mods we don't have to worry about it. The mod plugins that we merged, there's probably no change in those. But let's reinstall this. Okay, so no on the first page. Next, next. Nothing here, next, next. I'm gonna expand this. Alright, if you have trouble seeing what's going on here, just right click and view image and you'll get a bigger image. So first one is Frostfall. We don't want I need. We do want Moonlight Tales. That's already checked for us. Make sure local overhaul is checked. And Convenient Horses 7.0 for Andromeda is checked. Okay, that's good. Click next here. Next, we don't want After Civil War. We only want Provincial Courier Service here. Click next, next. Falscar, Worm's Tooth, Helgen Reborn, yep. Cutting Room Floor, Obscure's College of Winterhold, Grey Cowl. We want Legacy of Dragonborn 5.4, the second Legacy of Dragonborn version here anyway. It doesn't quite match up with a full mod, but that's not a big deal. Make sure you're choosing 5.4.4. Nothing for Vigilant. We want interesting NPCs. So scroll down, make sure that's checked. It is. Click next, next. Okay, Ordinator, yes. The second Apocalypse option, yes. Summer Mist, yep. Imperious, Wildcat. We don't want Smilodon, Sacrosanct. Andromeda, Thunderchild. And then nothing else here, I don't think. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's it for this. Click next. Alright, so nothing for survival. Actually, nothing on this page. Next. Next. Yeah, nothing there. Click next here. We want Immersive Sounds. Next. Next. And that's it. Install. And just click replace. Yep. Alright, so am I right? Yeah, look at all those plugins. But since the guy isn't saying that we need to rebuild those patches, what we're going to do here is we're going to go into Merge Plugins Hide. And then Yacht. Find Yacht, right click on that, and disable plugins. Because we're not going to rebuild those. Okay. Okay, consistency patches. Okay, so we're going to update that. Let me go ahead and copy this right here, the name of that, so I can find it easily. So I'm copying Lexy's Legacy of Dragonborn Special Edition Consistency Patches, and I'm going to paste it here. I said paste. And that didn't show up. Alright, we'll just go here, click on Consistency Patches here. There we are. Ta-da! Alright, so we just want the main file here. So, click download. Files. Consistency Patches main file. And we'll download that. And let me find it here. Oh, I somehow got my priorities backwards. Alright, Consistency Patches. Okay. Okay. So let's download it. What does this say? All-in-one, next, and then make sure it's not named that. We got to make sure it's named properly here. So make sure it's Legacy of Dragonborn, LOTD, Consistency Patches. Those names match up. Install, replace. Okay. Next up, conflict resolution was updated. So let's go to conflict resolution. That should be really close here. Here it is, right here. So let's download that. Here it is, conflict resolution. And let's make sure it's named the same here. That's what we're replacing here. And yeah, let's go ahead and just copy that. Paste, okay, and then replace. All right. Shoo. All right, so that's everything that's updated. Something else was updated. Animals merged. Updated left pane placement. All right. Oh, that's the merge page, actually. Okay, we're done with page 4. All right. Let's go to the merge page. And see where animals merged was placed. So, directly after Lexy's Legacy of Dragonborn Omega Conflict Resolution patch. So, here it is. Grab animals merged. Drag it down just beneath Lexy's Legacy of Dragonborn Conflict Resolution. Okay, so that's done. What else? Okay, so Npc Retexture Merged. Okay, so we got to rebuild that merge first, and then we're going to delete the texture meshes folders. Okay. Delete install downloads, yes. Plugins. Okay, so we already have all the Npc Retexture plugins already enabled. Let's double check though. So let's click on the Wrench Spanner, go on the Merge Plugins, hide. Here's Npc Retextures Merge. Right click on it, enable. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna go to the Npc Retextures portion of the merge. So I'm clicking here, and I'm gonna make sure that we have all our plugins. So make sure that the plugins are enabled here. Go to your profile, drop down to Npc Retextures Merged. I should put everything in order that we want. And here's the consistency patch. That's the new one that we just downloaded. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start from the bottom and make sure they match up. I'll let you guys know if something's missing. Okay. Okay, guys, we are not missing any plugins and everything's in the correct order. So what we're gonna do is rebuild this merge. So go into drop down, go to Z edit, click run. Drop down, Z merge, start session. And then scroll down until you see Npc Retextures. That's right here. For some reason, it says that this is not available to merge. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove it and then re-add the new one. So click remove unavailable plugins, that's good. Go into edit, go into plugins, scroll all the way down, and then click that right there to re-add it. Make sure load order is right here. This is chosen correctly. Click OK. All right, now it's good. Then just rebuild it. Click build. Okay, once that's done, we can close this out. Just close it out. Go back to Legacy of Dragonborn Special Edition profile. And then right click, not right click, but click on the Wrench and Spanner, Merge Plugins Hide. Then Npc Retexture Merge, right click that and disable plugins. Then close. Okay, and that should have gotten all of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and activate this. And what we're probably gonna have to do is rerun loot. Let me double check some stuff. So we got to remake the bash patch. Rudy 88 was for I think the ESL things. Oh boy. So we got to regenerate all this stuff here. All right. So this update requires a new game. Lovely. So there's a plugin, straight plugin. Let me go ahead and click enable. See what's going on here. Yeah, and also just to be safe, we're going to rebuild animals merged. So click on the wrenches banner, click on merge plugins hide. Right click on animals merged and enable them. To close that out. Okay, and the profiles drop down. Go to animals merged. Because I have a feeling that Lexy meant to put that here. I have a feeling that we're supposed to rebuild this anyway. So, okay, so these are in the order that we want it. So Z edit, run, Z merge, start session. And then here it is, animals rebuilt. Because we did make that edit here and this plugin here. So obviously we have to remake this, rebuild this merge. So let's just rebuild it. Click build. Okay, close it out. Go back to Lexy, our Legacy of Dragonborn profile. And let's go ahead and hide those plugins. So merge plugin hide. Right click animals merge, disable plugins. Okay. And you know what, just to be safe, we're going to rebuild the yacht merge as well. So click on the wrench and spawner, go into merge, plugins hide, locate yacht, right click on it, enable those plugins, and then wait till that updates. Okay. Go into profiles and look for yacht, your own thoughts merged profile, choose that. So there's those plugins. All right, let's just rebuild it. It's going to be super simple. So, see merge, run. Okay, go down to merge, start session. Let's locate yacht. There you are. It says it's up to date, but I'm still going to rebuild it just to be safe. So just click build. Okay, super fast. Close it out. Go back to the Legacy of Dragonborn profile. Then merge plugins hide. And then right click on yacht and disable those plugins. There. Better safe than sorry. So we got some new plugins here that we have to load correctly. But since we're doing rebuilding the bash, the xedit output scripts, the zedit and xlogin. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do then. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the finishing line and redo those steps. So first we're gonna rerun loot. Well, actually, first thing we're gonna do is, since we're rebuilding these things, we're gonna delete the bash patch. And actually the bash override is updated too. Yeah. So we're just gonna reinstall that. So let's remove the bash patch, remove that, yes. Remove the bash override. Keep sedit cache and misc. Get rid of lootable firewood piles. Get rid of the zedit. In fact, we're gonna just do everything all over again. Get rid of relinker. xlogin output, because we're doing everything. xedit output, xedit, xlogin, and then delete. So just remove them all. Remove it. And that's a big file. So that may take a while to delete. Okay. We're going to keep this because we're going to need that to rebuild some stuff. Keep world map, keep better false scar. Those are going to stay there. Get rid of text login out. Sorry guys, but this is an endeavor because these are things that take a long time to generate. But better safe than sorry. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the bash patch. No, actually, let's go ahead and rerun loot. So all the loot rules should be the same. Nothing here should have changed. So let's just go ahead and rerun loot. So choose loot, run. Once loot is opened up, click on these 3 lines here. Okay, after that, click apply. Okay, then everything should be where they should be. All right, so let's go to the bash. So click on Rybash, and we're gonna create that bash patch. So everything should, all the settings for Rybash for the bash patch should be the same. So all we should have to do is just rebuild the bash patch. So in the drop down, go to Rybash, click run. All right, okay. Because since I removed it, we got to remake that folder. All right, so I'm copying bash patch here. Copy. Click on the 3 dots. Create empty mod. Paste. We want it to be called bash patch. Okay, okay. Let's click on activate bash patch. All right, now let's run Rybash. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make sure that our bash patch settings are all current. So right click on bash patch. It's all the way at the bottom. Click rebuild patch, and let's make sure all of this is set correctly. So actors, arm distance is 1200. Hold time equals 15. Okay, looks like everything is still here. So we don't have to reset any of this. Let me make sure arrow speed 1.4. Yeah. All right, so that's good. We don't have to mess with any of these settings. It's all still set. So just click build patch. And this could take a while. All right, when that's done, okay. And click yes to activate, and then you can exit out of Rybash. Okay, next up. Okay, now we're going to install the updated bash override, so click download. Files. And here's the bash override, mod manager download. Okay, make sure it's named properly, drop down. And we're looking for bash override. Where are you? There you are. Lexy Dragonborn bash override. Okay. Okay, let's activate that. All right, moving on. Now we're going to run the xedit scripts. Okay, let's make sure our override is empty. Okay, zedit backups and bash. Let's delete the zedit backups. Let's cut the cache and put it in the cache folder. This is zedit cache. Open, paste, and close. Okay, and then refresh it. 3 dots, refresh. All right. So load your entire load order in xedit. So edit, run. Okay, and just click OK. Load it all. Okay, we don't want any mod groups. Click OK. So right click in the left panel here. Click apply script, and in filter type in Wiz, because we want WizKid lootable firewood. Then click OK. Then for here, we're gonna name it lootable firewood piles output. Copy that, paste it here, paste. Lootable firewood piles output. Then OK. And then let it do its thing. All right, process complete. So now just exit out, make sure that is checked, click OK. All right, then let's right click on overwrite, create mod, and then paste. Lootable firewood piles output, okay. Then activate that. Okay, so now we're gonna run the script, the next edit script to generate a dummy A to Z edit, okay. All right, we already did this, so all we have to do is run the script. So once again, SSE edit, and click OK and let it all load again. We don't want any mod groups, so click OK. Then right click in the left panel again, apply script. Type in 000 because we want 00 Lexy load order, and then click OK. And let it run. Okay, that's done. Go ahead and exit out. Make sure that's checked, click OK. And for that, we're just going to activate it down here. Don't bother creating a new mod because we're going to delete it when we don't need it anymore. Okay, so Z-edit. So Z-edit should already be set up for us, but we do need to create a folder again. So copy Z-edit output. Click on the 3 dots, create empty mod, paste. Okay, make sure that's checked. Now let's launch Z-edit. Click run. Okay, make sure Z-edit is chosen, start session. Right click, uncheck, select. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta highlight them all. So start from the top, Skyrim ASM, go all the way down. Shift click to the bottom, right click, and uncheck selected. Click on Lexy Loader. Okay, then click, then uncheck Lexy Loader, because now we just have the plugins that we want. Then click OK. Okay, right click in the left panel, manage patchers, and then up here, click build right here. And there we go. Let it do its thing. Whew, when that's finally done, you could exit out. Good God, y'all. Oh, make sure you click save or you gotta do it all again. Oh, right. There was one step I almost forgot. Let's make sure there's no textures or meshes in the Npc Retexture Merged. Okay, there isn't. We're good. Alright, activate the Z-patcher and let's move on. Actually, click on overwrite and just empty this. Clear overwrite. So we get rid of Lexy Loader. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Okay, instructions to run Dark Face Issue Reporter. We're not going to worry about that because we know we're good. Okay, now we're going to run the Z Merge Relinker. So let's do that. So Z edit, run. Go down to Z Merge, start session. Then from here, relink scripts. Let it go. All right, when that's done, you can exit out. Okay, click on the 3 dots, click on refresh. There you go, there's relinker output. Activate that, and let's move on. Xlodgen, okay, so let's download terrain tamriel.esm again. Let's download it. All right, let's save it. Open up the download folder. And since we're going to delete it as soon as we're done using it, I'm going to cut it and I'm going to paste it in the overwrite folder. So I'm going to right click on overwrite, open and explore, paste. Okay, close that. Click on the 3 dots to refresh. And then you'll see it show up here. Activate it, just barely nudge it and it'll pop up to the top. And it's directly under Worm's Tooth where we want it. Okay, Xlodgen. Hopefully all these settings should already be set for us. So we did make sure it's right after Worm's Tooth. Okay, so drop down menu, let's go to Xlodgen and click run. Alrighty then. So in this left window here, right click, select all, uncheck occlusion and make sure only terrain LOD is checked. So now I'm going to go through here and see if we need to reset everything. So LOD 4 quality 0, 512, 512, BC. Okay, looks like everything is still set for us. Yep, good. We don't have to do all that again. Okay, so now just click generate, and this could take a long time for some people. Alright, I'll see you after this is done. Okay, when that's finally done, you could finally exit out of here. Okay, then go to your C drive. Because Xlodgen _ output should be there. If you're following my guide, that's where it should have ended up. So go ahead and copy that. Right click anywhere on your mod list, open Explorer. Click on Mod Organizer 2 up here. Right click on mods and paste. Okay, and once that's done copying over, click on the 3 dots, click refresh. There's Xlodgen output. Okay, now we can get rid of terrain tamriel.esm. So right click on overwrite and just clear overwrite. Okay, moving on. Okay, so Standalone darken texture. Let's drag that just beneath Xlodgen and activate that. And also, let's go ahead and drag down quality world map and better false scar. Worm's Tooth maps, and drag that underneath xloggen output. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna regenerate those LODs, those dendalods. So all this little settings should already be set up for us. Actually, we did update dendalod, didn't we? Okay, so should we update a dendalod? We probably have to do this again. So let's open up Lexy's Legacy of Dragonborn shortcut. Let's go into dendalod, edit scripts, and where were we? Okay, go into dendalod here, go into cache, and we're looking for. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in here now. Okay, highlight everything. Shift click from bottom to top. Then control click because of reasons, because we don't want to delete that. And we're going to delete and then delete everything else. So all we have is because of reasons is left in here. Now we're going to go back one level, click back, and then we're going to look for dendalod SSE INI right here. Then we're going to go to look for tree lod. We're going to set that to 0. Exit, save. Okay. All right, so let's generate text gen 64. So on the drop-down menu, go down to text gen 64, click run. Okay, so this should already be set here. Yeah, everything's still set here. Then click start, and let it do its thing. This could take a bit. Okay, after that, just click exit and refresh. Alright, there's text gen output. Time for dendalod. So on the drop down, go down to dendalod, click run. Okay. So right click up here, this little window, select all, click on high, and everything else should already be set up for us. Yep. Alright, then click OK. And away she goes. Alright, I'll see you when this is all done. Okay, when it's finished, click save and exit. Alright, then refresh. Okay. Activate that. Grab the .esm and just barely nudge it. It'll pop to the top. And it should be placed correctly right after Worm's Tooth. Yep, and that's where you want it, right after Worm's Tooth. Okay. We want to make sure that the darken textures for generation is deactivated. And now let's finish this up and get the Occlusion Generation done. So, drop down menu, LOD Gen, run. Okay, when that's loaded up, right click in the left pane anywhere, select all, uncheck terrain, check occlusion, and then everything should still be set up from the last time we generated this. So yeah, click generate. Okay, after that, exit out. And you should see occlusion at the bottom here. Okay, so it's in your override folder. So what we're gonna do is gonna right click on overwrite, create mod, and we're gonna name it xloggen output. So I'm just gonna copy this here, and I'm gonna paste it here. Boom, okay. Activate that. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. You are now up to date to Lexy's guide. So I hope you have a good time. It's a great mod loadout, and you're in for a treat. Have a good one, y'all.